Okay, so here we are. Looks a fairly good place for a camp. Fairly nice, lots of vegetation, so obviously that gives you a clue to why it may not be ideal. Rather prickly plant life everywhere. A lot of dragonflies, a lot of flies here. Some triffid-like plants. If that thing starts moving, I am out of here. But it's actually an awful place to camp, because believe it or not, a few days ago this was a raging river. This is a wadi, and the water for Ibrahims' garden comes down from up in the mountains. I said earlier that it rained here a few days ago, which it did, and this whole section was a raging torrent. So the only reason there are these plants, including the triffids around here, is the rain. It was just sheet rain. Apparently it's not that it rains every year. So I said, will it rain again? They said no, it's not going to rain again. But still, this would not be a good place to camp in the wadi, no matter how decent it looks. So when I camp out, I'll make sure I don't get flooded away. But anyway, I thought you'd be interested in that, and I'll catch you later on. Okay, assalamu alaikum from the desert. I wanted to show you something today. As I said originally, this was meant to be a survival blog. So it was about hampering a living, dryness, survival stuff. And I did warn you that the Bedouin are friendly people, and they're also experts in what goes on here. And that's when I found Ibrahim's garden. And I wanted to show you a little bit, because it shows you what can be done in this landscape. Assalamu alaikum, Ibrahim. So this is Ibrahim's well, which he runs. The man's a genius in the garden. So he runs it all the way from up in the mountains, all the way down there. All the way up down here. You see he's got a substantial amount of water down here. A pipe all the way down into these, which I think are different sorts of fig trees. He's got all sorts of stuff going on. Bearing in mind, look at the surroundings. And I thought to myself, well, I could go and cook something up in the desert, but this is real long-term survival. The Bedouin means people of the desert, have adapted their lifestyle here. So he's got everything growing here, even onions. So most of the food that I eat from him, or with Ibrahim, is grown here. So in fact, he's got his water up in the mountains. He's got his garden here. If I carry on walking around, you get an idea of how much. I suppose you'd describe it as a small holding, a bit like our allotments in the UK, but they're growing everything. To be honest, I don't know what that is, but I'm sure something nice will come out of it. You can see he's got everything set up here. I mean, I haven't seen any animals. I saw a camel out grazing earlier, but the Bedouin are experts at surviving in this landscape. So when I said I'd do a survival blog, I suppose I'm not too far from it, in that these guys have survived here for thousands of years, and this is how they do it. They find the water. Water's very precious here, so you don't waste it on washing, you don't waste it on a lot of things that we do. Certainly in the UK, we've got more water than we know what to do with. You can see that, just over there, they've put in the middle of nowhere, put a greenhouse dome up, which I suspect he's going to try and grow something else in, maybe some sort of commercial crop. But pretty impressive stuff, huh? I thought you'd be interested. I know it's not, but well, it is hardcore survival, isn't it? Because this is how you're going to survive long term. But that's Ibrahim's garden. This is the stuff he grows. Fantastic achievement. Hats off to you, sir. And there he is. So I'll go and have a chat and some tea with him now. And I'll speak to you later.